Yes, we are live. Live here from San Marino with Mr. Elizondo, part two. Yesterday we did a great talk on 9/11, actually, a very symbolic date. But today something is going to drop. You guys have a scoop. Mr. Elizondo, can you please elaborate on what just dropped in your iPhone?
Yes. So it appears that the new NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, not quite sure yet if this is the final draft language or if this is the real final version, appears to be about 5 pages. And what we'd like to do with you is to be the first to really discuss it with you. Max has a courtesy copy of this.
So let me see if I can pull it up. They call me Max Technical Problem, so I hope I hope this is going to work out. Share screen. You know, just for this occasion, you can get to see who emails me, guys, because it's too important. Screen sharing. Yeah. Share screen. Fine.
Okay.
Let's see. Mail.
By the way, we are live here in the lovely country of San Marino here in Italy, having some wonderful discussions. And as we discussed yesterday, we anticipated some new information coming down the pipe really soon.
Great.
Didn't expect it to be quite this soon, but hey, it's early Christmas and Hanukkah and everything in between. So we'll just we'll take it as we can.
All right. So this is gonna.
We can also talk through it.
Let's do that because I lost permission to screen share. Let's talk through it right here.
So the National Defense Authorization Act is basically the directive by Congress to the Department of Defense saying thou shall do something if you want to get paid, and so it's a big deal. And what I'd like to do is before we go through this is I thank every single person out there for making this a reality. This is a reflection of the hard work and dedication of each and every one of you. Whether you are a investigative journalist or a YouTuber or a podcaster or anybody else out there that we've had this relationship with, and of course the audience for petitioning Congress, because what you're about to hear is a direct result of your efforts to Congress. If you ever wanted proof that the little UAP community that did, here it is. So,
well, yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. I'll read the first paragraph. You read the second paragraph.
For sure.
Through. Okay.
Yeah.
Establishment. This is from section 1652. Establishment of office to address unidentified aerial phenomenon. Guys, ready? You sitting down? You buckled up? You got your seatbelt? Got a nice cocktail in your hand? Because you deserve it. Subsection A, establishment. No later than 180 days after the date of the enactment of this act, the Secretary of Defense, in coordination with the Director of National Intelligence, shall establish an office within the Office of the Secretary of Defense to carry out on a department-wide basis, wait for it.
Oh, okay. Drum roll. Next paragraph. So, yes, guys, hold on. 1. The mission currently performed by the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force as of the date of the enactment of this act. B. Duties. The duties of the office established under subsection A shall include the following: developing procedures to synchronize and standardize the collection, reporting, and analysis of incidents regarding unidentified aerial phenomena across the Department of Defense. Second, developing processes and procedures to ensure that such incidents from each military department are reported and incorporated in a centralized repository. Lou, please.
Yes.
Take over.
Establishing procedures to require the timely and consistent reporting of such incidents. Subsection 4, evaluating links between unidentified aerial phenomena and adversarial foreign governments or the other foreign governments or non-state actors. Evaluating the threat that such incidents present to the United States, coordinating with other departments and agencies of the federal government as appropriate, coordinating with allies and partners of the United States as appropriate to better assess the nature and extent of unidentified aerial phenomenon. Whoa, wait a minute.
Yep.
That's big. Hold on. It gets better. Max?
Oh, shit. Let me see.
No, next page. We're already next page.
Oh, next page.
Yeah, we're
right.
smoking through it.
All right. Next page. Off we go. Okay. Right. Hold on to your titties, guys.
Annual report.
Annual report. Requirement. Not later than December 31st, 2022, and annually thereafter until December 31st, 2026, the Secretary of Defense shall submit to the appropriate congressional committees a report on unidentified aerial phenomena. Second, elements. Each report under paragraph 1 shall include, with respect to the year covered by the report, the following information. A. An analysis of data and intelligence received through reports of unidentified aerial phenomena. B. An analysis of data relating to unidentified aerial phenomena collected through geospatial intelligence, signals intelligence, human intelligence, and measurement and signals intelligence. Lou, what the hell?
Basically, that's saying that every single type of intelligence that we have will be used to collect information on UAPs.
Great. Okay. So, C, the number of reported incidents of unidentified aerial phenomena over restricted airspace of the United States. D, an analysis of such incidents identified under subparagraph C. All right. So
now the next
page, we're not done.
No. This gets better, even better now.
Oh my God. Well, of course, this one is all yours, sir.
Okay. Identification of potential aerospace or other threats posed by unidentified aerial phenomena to the national security of the United States. An assessment of any activity regarding unidentified aerial phenomena that can be attributed to one or more adversarial foreign governments. Identification of any incidents or patterns regarding unidentified aerial phenomena indicate a potential adversarial foreign government may have achieved a breakthrough in aerospace capability. Okay. An update on the coordination by the United States with allies and partners on efforts to track, understand, and address unidentified aerial phenomenon. Oh, wait a minute. What's this one here? An update on any efforts underway on the ability to capture or exploit discovered unidentified aerial phenomenon. Wait,
discovered?
Does that sound
Did I
familiar?
hear that?
Does that sound? Didn't someone once say something on some news broadcast some time ago about? Never mind. Who cares? Right? I don't forget about that. An assessment of any health-related effects for for individuals that have encountered unidentified aerial phenomena. Whoa. Record scratch. Let's one more time.
Rewind.
Repeat. An assessment of any health-related effects, biological effects, for individuals that have encountered unidentified aerial phenomenon.
What? Biological effects? What?
Where have I heard that?
How could that be?
Task force, no later than the date on which the secretary establishes the office under subsection. Now to the last page. You do the honors, my friend.
I'd love to. Let's go. All right. Last part. Okay. Secretary shall terminate the unidentified aerial phenomenon task force.
No more task force. Now it's a formal, long-term, enduring capability. Again, where have we heard that before?
Definitions. In this section, first, the term appropriate congressional committees means the following. A. the Committee on Armed Services, the Committee on Foreign Affairs, and...
By the way, it's committee, not comedy, but sometimes it is a comedy. But oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm Dutch.
I like comedy better.
Okay.
More appropriate.
On Foreign Affairs and the Permanent Select Committee.
The comedy works.
On Intelligence of the House of Representatives. B, the
Committee.
on Armed Services, the Committee on Foreign Relations, and the Select Committee on Intelligence of the Senate. Second, the term unidentified aerial phenomena means airborne objects witnessed by a pilot or aircrew member that are not immediately identifiable.
So, folks, not a bad start to third gear. Remember when folks said, we haven't heard much from you guys. There must be not a whole lot going on. And my response was, actually, folks, it's when you don't hear things, most of the work is being done. This is a tremendous testament. If you ever wanted to know if you have a direct reach into our elected officials, you do. You have spoken and they have listened. So this is a big deal. I had a wonderful time here in San Marino. Max and I speaking to folks over here. The timing on this could not have been any better. By the way, Max's wonderful friend just walked in.
Yeah. Yeah.
She embarrasses easily, by the way. She's beautiful. This is tremendous, folks. This has been making, and every single one of you should be looking in the mirror right now, giving yourself a huge pat on the back. Celebrating safely. Don't do anything crazy. We still need you. And by the way, it's not over yet. We still got a lot more work to do. So enjoy yourself today. Take a huge deep breath. This is an enormous step forward that the government would even talk about sharing with allies and partners on UAP information and collecting. It talks about the biological effects and collecting information from any individuals who may have sustained any type of biological effect from UAP. I mean, if that is not an acknowledgement, guys, that's huge. I mean,
but
that's
Lou,
massive.
Let me ask you this: how much of this is due to you? I think a lot. You have a big part in getting the government to now actually pull this through.
Well, Max, again, I appreciate that, but in reality, I think it's due to you guys. It shows that we've been able to mobilize. I remember, Max, you taking up the cause and saying, write your congressional people, write your elected officials. This is important, and you know what? They listened and they did it. And you guys, You did it. You did it. You today. This is at a historic moment in time for this topic. Never in the history of my country, and I'm not sure, it might be the world, this has ever happened to this scale. This I suspect if this gets out in the news, it's probably going to go white hot. I don't know. Fortunately, I'm going to be on a long airplane ride back, so I won't have to worry about being bothered.
They're going to wait for you when you land, my friend. They're going to wait for you.
Throw rocks. The thing, let me caveat. I don't know. This sure looks like final language to me, but let's hold our horses. This still could be one of the last final drafts of the language, but even so, I think we're off to a damn good start.
Wow. And you know what? I joined your lecture this morning on the 5 pillars. It's so weird that this happened like a couple of hours after that,
Oh, it's probably just a rehash of what you saw this morning.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I filmed that. I'm going to share it with you later. But let's talk about the 5 pillars and what happened today, Lou.
Sure.
You were talking about AI now in development. You're part of that.
Artificial intelligence. Yep.
Yeah. So that's active UAP research, on a higher level. Maybe elaborate on that a little bit.
So we are, I can tell you now, we are working to create a tool, a collaborative tool that will be available to anybody and everybody. Our intent is to democratize the UAP topic, so no one can control the narrative. It's something that everybody gets to own a piece of, and it basically will have the ability to critically analyze information, videos, photographs very quickly. I gave Max a little demonstration earlier today.
It was so cool.
And be able to determine something real and what's not, and if it's not, why it's not, and if it is real, why it's real.
Yeah, and what Lou actually showed the public in the lecture, it was a iPhone footage of what looks like a UAP, a saucer kind of a shape. Then the AI did its work, and well, it identifies like everything in the surroundings. There were different planes. It identified the planes, but then the thing that so much looked like a UAP turned out to be an army tent. So it determines what is fake and what is actually something to investigate, which is
And
really
that's
cool.
important because
Yeah.
all of this topic is all about credibility. The moment you go down the rabbit hole and you say this is a UFO and it's not a UFO, then you lose all credibility. So it's important as we have this conversation and we take this conversation to the highest levels of our governments, and I mean all our governments, that we speak from perspective authority. And in order to speak from a perspective of authority, you have to speak from a perspective of truth. It's not an emotional thing. It's a science thing. It's a data driven thing. And so that is very, very important. And this tool is designed to help us get to the truth of the matter of certain videos, because as we find a lot of fakes, it's when you find those nuggets of the real ones, the AI says, hey, this one's legit. Now you've got something really valuable, right? Now that's a kind of data you can use, and you can go to a lawmaker, you can go to a leader and say, look at this, right? We ran through all the algorithms and this thing came up legit. So that's a big deal. Imagine being able to come through thousands of YouTube videos and no time at all. And all of a sudden, hey, guess what? These ones turn out to be the real thing.
Yes. And of course, here in San Marino, there's a lot of stuff going on. Can I say what you're about to do a bit later, or?
Be very general. Don't say specifically who.
Let's say Lou is going to have a meeting with some politicians of a certain country. And it's going to be very exciting. Here in San Marino, there's a lot going on, not just interviews, but
there really is. There
yeah.
really is. We had the opportunity to talk to some pilots. I won't say from which country, very senior service members who had their own experience. Max was there for that. It was riveting because, they're kind of in the same spot as Commander Dave Fravor and as Alex Dietrich and these other folks, Chad Underwood, Ryan Graves, who all had their own incident. And you know what? They're seeing it over on this side of the pond too, which I know for a lot of us is kind of an obvious no duh thing. But to actually have them come out and say, yeah, we're seeing it too. And oh, by the way, we'd love to talk to the American pilots and, kind of see what we have in common here. I mean, that's tremendous.
Yeah. So these politicians and army men, why are they so eager to set up base with you and collaborate? Basically, what is the motive?
I think it's the same reason why we're all here together on a collaborative environment like this. It's all about finding the truth. These folks are seasoned military officers. They witness something that they can't explain, that doesn't perform like anything that they've ever seen before. These folks are trained observers, instructors at some of the best military institutions in the world.
Is it fair to ask you if there's going to be a collaborative, let's say, international collaboration on investigating UAP now?
I think there has to be. I think that's a natural progression to things, Max. I don't think.
But is that what we are doing, or?
Trying.
All right.
Really hard.
So you take your conclusions. Anyways, I think. Lou, shall we give our viewers a chance to ask you some questions, because I've been taking all of your
Sure.
attention. So, guys, please use the super chat and ask your question, but use it. There we are. Hey, Luis Jimenez is here.
Luis, my man.
Okay, let me pull this up. All right. Max and Lou, who helped develop and write the new AI systems? That's a very interesting question.
Not me. Very, 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 very smart individuals that are far more qualified. Look, I can barely operate my cell phone. So if you think I have the ability to create some sort of AI, no way. Although I've been accused many times by my wife of having artificial intelligence, because she often says I'm not really intelligent. It's all, artificial. So, but yeah, it wasn't me.
Well, but are you advising them? Are you helping them with what are how
sure.
to look at
the parameters? I mean, basically looking at this from a military perspective, an intelligence perspective, and saying, look, these are the critical things we need to know in order to make a determination and make a decision. Hopefully from a national policy perspective. What are the things we're looking for? The attributes, if you will.
Okay, so let's say this 23-minute video we're all waiting on. Is that something the AI can analyze? Or
yeah, absolutely it could. That's exactly what the intent would be.
And when is it coming out?
Man, you asked the same question. They asked me the same question. They hit me hard up on that today. In fact, the gentleman who asked me that question is sitting right off camera over here.
Hey, Gary.
Man, boy, he did not let me off the hook easy. All I'll say is we're trying to get out as quickly as possible. It's a very expensive and labor-intensive endeavor, but once it's built, which it's just about there, then comes the release and the learning. It's a lot like AI is a lot like a baby that you have to teach, and the more you teach it, the better it learns, and the better it becomes informed. And so
it's like a Tamagotchi.
Exactly right. Yeah, actually, that's a really good way to put it. So
I'm old enough to remember
Tamagotchi. I don't know enough to buy a bunch of them for my daughter. So I know I took stock in that company, or I should have, anyways. Yeah, that's right. So that's where we are. Hopefully, the plan is for this year for it to come out.
All right. So, Artisan Tony, thank you for your endorsement. What are your thoughts on Anjali?
Never met her.
Yeah, me neither. What is it? What is Anjali?
She's an individual who has indicated she worked for the intelligence community and is going to claims to take some people later this year to out in the desert to I think a cave or a base underground, and introduce them to alien life forms. From my understanding, I don't really know. I never met her, good luck.
Well, I'm curious. I'd never heard of her, but well.
I hope the best. I hope she can pull it off.
Yeah. All right. So we have Ben. Let's see. Hello from Mississippi. Appreciate the hard work from both Lou and Max. Okay, thank you, Ben, and thank you for your donation. I thought it was a question, but anyways, thank you, sir. Very nice. We have a super sticker here. Hey, Dutch UAP. The Dutchies are here. Thanks, Wilfred, for the endorsement. Let me see. Is there more? There is more. Yep. We have Giovanni. Ooh, sounds like a local. Buongiorno. Thank you for all your work. Is the UAP subject linked to consciousness? You've heard that question before.
Mm-hmm.
I asked it. And if so, when will we get more info on that regard?
Well, first of all, I'm not an expert in human consciousness. Secondly, I'd say everything that we do as a species, as a human being, is linked to consciousness in some way. If I decide to get in my car and go to the local grocery store, I'm making a conscious decision to do it. And therefore, throughout the entire process of driving to the store, my brain is manipulating my body and sending signals to go to the store. And so kind of by that definition, everything we do is based in human consciousness.
Yeah.
But as far as some of the other claims that have been made regarding consciousness, I'm not qualified to answer that.
Yeah. Well, the consciousness part I was curious about too, because the UAP, when you observe it, it looks like it's almost controlled by consciousness. It's like the flying dream. I always use that metaphor. Because it moves at will, disappears at will, shows up at will. But I think we just don't know. Let's go to the next one. G West.
Does Lou know Jacques Vallée? Yes, I know Jacques. Great guy. Met his wife too. Lovely lady.
Yeah. And Jacques, by the way, you still owe me an interview. And
I'll ask him.
Lou, Lou, are the foreign pilots, military officials experiencing UAPs near the water, just like our U.S. pilots?
Great question. Some are, yes. And there still remains some outliers where there isn't. So there's a lot of data. Going to have to come through it. Yes, it seems to be some sort of nexus connection to water, but not exclusively, and that's important. We still don't know for sure.
All right. Next one. Guys, I'm going to do 5 more minutes and then we're going to have to stop because Lou, as you can imagine, has to make some phone calls. Michael Horton, thank you, sir. Hi, Max and Lou. Great work and thank you for your persistence. Where do you see this topic being in 5 years' time? I like that question. That is very interesting.
Wow. Man, well, sometimes the difference between hope and reality can be a pretty far distance. We used to have a saying in the government. A vision without implementation is just a hallucination. But if you were to ask me 3 years ago, would I be seeing congressional language in the National Defense Authorization Act, talking about biological effects of UAPs and sharing with foreign allies and friends? I just gave a talk on that today. I would have thought you were crazy. There's no way we would have come that far that quick, to the point where I honestly almost feel like I have virtual whiplash. It just, the momentum is incredible. So where are we in 5 years? Well, looking where we've been in the last 3 years, again, did we just have that talk?
Yeah.
Is a far distance. I have no idea at this point. I'm extremely hopeful now that we have folks like the director of NASA that want to come on board and other agencies and organizations.
Why now?
Well, why not now? I think now's a great time, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Like I said, pedal to the metal. Let's not stop.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing though, because Professor Avi Loeb reached out to Bill Nelson, it is, I think, but he won't respond. And Avi has been very vocal about that because he's like, "Yo, I'm a scientist. I'm here.
Sure,
use me," but it's not happening.
Well, we might be able to help with that. Maybe no promises. So I want people, hey, you said you can do it. Well, maybe we can facilitate that.
Yeah. All right. So I hope, Mr. Nelson, if you're watching, probably not, but if you do, call Avi because he's getting on my nerves. He keeps on mailing me. No, just joking. Tunnel Vision. Thank you for your endorsement. Do you think we need Earth peace first before UAP tech will be shared with the public, as it can be super dangerous if we make contact one day? Do we need world peace?
I think we need world peace anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about UAP tech or not. I think world peace is probably an imperative for all of us. If you were to ask me, that would be my recommendation. Yes, we need world peace, but not because of UAP topic, because of the human topic. We just, it's a good idea.
All right. Let's go to Timon. Have you had a chance to talk to Avi?
I have not had a chance to talk to Mr. Loeb. He's been on a lot of programs I've been on. I respect him tremendously. I really respect his courage for coming out. I know how that feels a little bit. But no, I haven't had a chance to meet him in person, but sure would love to take him out to lunch one day.
Yeah, it would be very interesting if what's going to be brewing when you guys get together.
We would look a lot like, I've said this before, an olive and a toothpick.
All right.
Obviously, I'm not the toothpick. It'd be more the olive.
Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself, Lou. You're good. Hi, Lewis. Thank you for your endorsement. Just released text of FY 2022
National Defense
Authorization Act. NDAA HR 4350. Congress is asking the Department of Defense for more information on UAP. What are your thoughts on new developments?
Well, we just talked about that, didn't we, for the first 15 minutes of this podcast?
You missed the best part.
Yeah, man.
Lewis,
we just went through
Lewis.
the entire NDAA.
Rewind.
Yeah, we hit rewind, man. We're there. We're past that already. We're on to the next one. No, let me answer.
You paid for it.
Yeah, of course. So let me go ahead and rewind the tape real quick. Bottom line, it's historic. Never would I have thought that my country would not only acknowledge UAPs and create a permanent office, but then would force the department to work with foreign allies and militaries. And oh, by the way, recognize in writing biological effects. That is a huge step forward. That's not a step. I mean, that's a flying leap forward. That's a pole vault jump forward.
Right. Daniel. We're going to Daniel. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. It's like mine. Great job, Lou and Max, sending just the support. Thank you for your endorsement.
Appreciate it. We'll take it.
Yep.
All day.
From Colorado. All right. Alberto Navarro, thank you. Will we be learning more about the Roswell incident soon?
Well, if you read the NDA, it says, and also some of the other language and some of the other congressional committees, that any information that's been reported that has not been reported to Congress yet has to be reported. So by the letter of the law, that has to be done.
Yeah, and you were talking about, researching Blue Book.
That's right.
Do you think that should be done, like the first thing that should be researched or investigated?
You know what? The problem is, although it's going to scratch a lot of people's itch from a curiosity perspective, it's probably not the most, and forgive me for saying this, the most imperative. There's some recent events that are probably from a defense perspective a little bit more of a priority, because Roswell happened so long ago. Mm-hmm. I'm not diminishing it. I'm just simply saying, from a time perspective, it happened so long ago. They're going to be looking at things that could be perceived more as an immediate threat. So maybe something that happened, let's say last week, or something that happened maybe a year ago that was pretty significant, maybe interfered with some of our sensors and our military technology. Those are probably going to be the first ones that get looked at more in depth.
Some would say that Roswell is very important because, the debris was recovered and allegedly bodies.
Which, by the way, let's rehash that again. In the NDAA, it specifically says that the government, the Department of Defense and the intelligence community must report to Congress any material collected by the United States or its allies.
So big obviously, deal. Lou cannot elaborate on that himself, but yeah, you just heard him. If there is something recovered, it's going to be out soon. So, or not. Can they still keep it under the carpet?
They can. It can be still classified, but the fact is now they have to report it, right? That means more people know about it. That means now you have your elected officials who know about it, which means in turn, because your elected officials respond to you, you tell them you want to know, and then they tell you.
Okay, guys, I think we really should stop in 5 minutes, but so there's going to be a point where you might have paid for a question, but I can't have it answered anymore because it's going to be crazy here. Hold on, let's see if I didn't skip anyone.
I have a guy named Brian Kelly. I wonder if that's my old friend from
Brian Kelly.
I had a buddy of mine back in the day in Afghanistan. I wonder if that's him.
So Brian, if you hear this, are you?
If you are, what's going on, my friend?
All right. Matrix, thank you for your endorsement. Lou, what do you think of the Galileo project? Do you think the first in-your-face high-res pic or video will be from the government or from the Galileo project?
Oh boy, you know what? I hope the Galileo project. I would love to see them have a fighting chance and really go where they want to go. It would make me super duper happy if the Galileo project were to come out and all of a sudden, bam, throw out all these high-res stuff. I love the idea of a confederated approach to this. I love the idea of a citizen first effort and democratizing the UAP topic. I think it's needed. I think this should not be a topic where the narrative is owned by any one particular country or nation or organization or institution. It needs to be owned by the people, meaning everybody out there gets to own a little piece of this.
So, Lou, let's summon up. You had your lecture this morning, and basically there's going to be reports every 90 days now. Is that is what
and an annual report as well on top of that.
So, what do you think? What just happened is going to is that going to influence those 90 days reports?
Well, you have 90-day reports, updates that are supposed to happen to Congress through some other language. And then you have this, which is the National Defense Authorization Act, which says you will provide this great big annual report for at least the next 5 years on this topic.
All right. Andy, last question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Good. Max, it won't let me. Oh, it won't let me ask
questions. Andy asked the question.
Oh, we're asking waiting for the question.
Yeah, I think he didn't get the super chat to work. So, but he's my friend, and he's been doing a great job.
He's writing a question now.
I hope so.
Waiting on you, brother.
Waiting on you.
Gotta go,
amigo. Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Let's see, Andy. All right. Hi, Lou. So I received confirmation recently that the 40-minute DHS UAP footage was fully analyzed and found to be authentic and legitimate UAP. Just a heads up for you to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, it is legitimate. I know. Great.
The
problem is we don't still yet know what it is. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not a fake video from what I've been informed.
I do like this last question.
Okay.
Lou, when do you think we will have the next official video or photos that the public will see? Lou.
I can't predict that. It's not up to me. I mean, if it was up to me, you'd have it yesterday. I'm trying. I really am. But it's more important than another video or a picture at this moment is what just came out in that NDAA. And what comes out as a final version. That's because that means, that means there's videos and pictures like all the time coming out, hopefully.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you for being part of this scoop.
By the way, totally not staged. I know yesterday, we got really big news. We kind of knew some things were happening, but we really didn't.
I was sitting next to him
today. It was like, holy crap, here it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. Oh, man. Well, Gabriel, you're really the last one, all right? Answers regarding Zodiac.
I can't talk about it.
Sorry about that. But thank you for your endorsement.
Sorry. But a quick shout out, if I can, to my
Sure.
incredible, wonderful wife out there who watches all your stuff. She's watching this not because of me. She's tired of me, but she watches for you.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jen. Love you.
I love you too. All right, guys, thank you for being part of this, being part of everything. Lou says you're part of disclosure, and I feel the same way.
You are. You've made this happen. This is from you guys, so congratulations. This is huge. This is monumental. I don't know what else to say.
And please let me say thank you, Lou, because we're going to leave probably tonight, and I'm not going to see you anymore. I'd have to say it was a great honor and a privilege to get to talk to you in real life, and having my audience, enjoy our talks.
Max, the honor and pleasure was mine, and congratulations for being on the right side of history.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully more journalists will begin to continue to follow up and take this topic seriously, because we need them. We need good journalists. We need folks out there that can report this kind of information. So my hat's off to you, and thank you for what you do.
And my hat's off to you guys for doing exactly the same thing. So credit is due where credit is due. We're all part of this.
Agreed.
And let's stay critical, and let's separate the bullshit from what should be investigated, and let's hope, like real scientists, create systems that can help us determine what the hell that is in the skies.
Fact from fiction, folks. That's what it's about.
All right. Thank you, sir. And by the way, we got hammered last night. Just saying.
I have a high tolerance, not me.
Yeah, I don't. Bye.